This is our tuner, Kevin, aka KNASTY's G80 M3 that we've been building over the last few months. His plan is to build out the car to make around 1,000 horsepower utilizing the factory S58 engine, for now. He's already completed the built Z58 transmission, full fuel system, and the plan is to wrap up the big single turbo kit today. That way we can get this thing fired up and ready for the dyno tune. Alright, you got your back, but it doesn't have the... They weren't able to cut it, right?
Yeah, they need the center section to reverse engineer the anti-surge. I don't know the specifics on it, but they would need the center section to kind of know where everything's got to be. Is what it is. But it's stupid GXR race, so it's got really tight tolerances. For now, we're just gonna make things work so we can get ready for the nice weather. Matt over here helping me with the
what?
Moose
Yeah, there it is.
Moose cow, as we consider it. The 4 inches fitting, nice and swell. So we're getting it shot down and out of the way of the dump tube. So we might have to do a little massaging on the dump tube stuff, but no big deal. Anyways, we're just reworking the wastegate dump tubes a little bit and getting them kind of over and situated to fit the downpipe. And then I gotta go get my compressor cover.
Yeah, where'd that go again? It was...
I gotta go get that. Matt, do you think my compressor cover's done?
Did you get powder coat?
Yeah, powder coat.
Black? Red?
Rankle.
Purple?
Rankle. Hey Mike, how's it going? This is Kevin down at Circuit Dealer. Just wanted to see if the turbo compressor cover.
This is episode 3, and we're at this is probably like...
Day 3000.
Day 6. Yeah, actually day 3000 now.
I got my Monster Johnson all bolted in.
Yeah, why'd you go black?
I don't know. All the charge by stuff is already wrinkled black. I always use wrinkled black on anything. Pretty much all my personal stuff. I don't know. I like black. I'm not very colorful. Got this monstrosity bolted in. Got my 4-port kind of somewhat mounted where I want to. Got to wire that up. Plummet. I was gonna do AN for all the air plumbing, but honestly, it's in like such a tight space that I'm just gonna have to use just regular vacuum line with heat wrap. Matt pretty much got the downpipe finished, bracketed up, V-banded at the bottom, and then I just took about 5 minutes to figure out which O2 sensor was bank 1. So there's 4 of them on these stocks. So boot mount has the capability of single bank tuning. So basically these cars are 2 banks. Your first 3 cylinders and your last 3, 1 through 3, 4 to 6. And then it splits from the factory, it splits that, twin turbo. 2 separate fuel rails, and it splits up the fuel into 2 banks. So now we're going to single bank, single turbo, all combined manifold, O2s in the downpipe. You only need 1 O2, so you don't need 2 O2s trimmed against each other. So I got routing all the O2 wire now, just cleaning this stuff up, tucking stuff out of the way that I don't need anymore, like the old electronic wastegate controller. Got my DME back from Finland to update V2, custom round V2. Got my DI side plumbed, port side plumbed. Getting everything ran back again. Got all my coolant lines ran. Charge pipe, all this tight, so got the 4-inch.
That just got wrapped up this morning, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's all done, bracketed and V-banded, so that looks good. Don't worry about this. This is just hanging out right now, so I'm just getting all that stuff ran. But 4-inch came out amazing. The wastegates came out amazing. I'm very happy with it. So got my lid back on. Got to finish up Rev 2, running the flex ray stuff inside and the stuff for the can. Got my front back in. Got my radiator and oil cooler all painted up black. Because they're just that raw silver from the factory, and it just looks stupid looking into it because my grill is like wide open. So I want a black car, just look chintzy as hell. So I got some radiator paint, coated that baby up.
Is this?
It just looks insane.
This difficulty level compared to the Evo, is this way higher or just different? Because there's like a lot more electronics on this, right?
The Evo, I'd say there was more like when I was building, there was more like custom, making mounts, making brackets, rewiring stuff. This was more like plug and play. Obviously, there's a lot more involved, but as making stuff, not nearly as much. I mean, the only thing we had to remake was the dump tubes, downpipe. I had to pretty much plumb the foreport and make the fuel system. So not as bad. The Evo was definitely more. I had to think it out, feel it out.
Because there's not as much like plug and play
Yeah.
stuff. Well, there is, but not like that level.
Yeah, we made a lot of stuff for that car, and I try to make it like super clean on the inside engine bay. You don't see any wiring or anything in it, but this is just like, you gotta,
it's all wiring.
There's no hiding this. You just gotta put a cover on it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, you're not gonna hide this unless you go absolutely absurd and you get rid of like a ton of everything, remake everything, but that's what I'm not doing that. So, no, I mean, it's been a lot of plug and play, but it's also a lot of hurdles of learning a new platform and do's and don'ts. Talk to other people, what they've learned, what they've done. Hopefully, this is pretty much all I need. I'm just waiting on turbine cover, turbine blanket, and then Matt says I don't need to wrap the downpipe, but I'm gonna wrap it because I'm not trusting all that plastic stuff.
Just from the heat.
Yeah, it'll just.
Are you doing the wrap or are you doing the coating?
I'm gonna do the coating, white Swain Tech next year on the manifold exhaust housing downpipe next year, so that'll all be white. But for now, I'm literally just gonna do the wrap, even though I hate the wrap.
Yeah,
It's
gross.
The wrap
Gets on your hands.
Fiberglass and shit. It's just nasty. Not a fan. There's definitely coatings that do a much better job and look and perform 10 times better. For cheap and tossing it together, that'll work perfectly fine. It's pretty much all it for now. Next would pretty much just be what we did, tie in the 4-inch to the rear muffler, fill the trans, fill the coolant, fill the oil, do the diffs, flush the diffs. This monstrosity back on and together, and hopefully everything's back in the correct spot. It's the biggest hurdle with all this going on the front end, running all the wires where they're supposed to, and first startup.
That thing's gonna be loud.
Hopefully the thing whistles.
Is it 4-inch the whole way back or 4-inch to the?
4-inch to the
cat
factory muffler.
Okay.
So it'll be like 4-inch straight, and then all the way back to the muffler, it splits to 2 3/4. So it'll split to 2 3/4, and then I'll be able to change the valves still. So that'll be nice. But the muffler will be stock, so it'll be like stock appearing. Look nice. That's pretty much it.
It's done.
Well,
It's done.
not done. A little bit of tidiness to do up, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's pretty done.
Does it look good or no? I wanted to keep it like OEM looking as possible, so I wanted to use all the braces and stuff, because a lot of people get rid of that stuff, but honestly I think it's a terrible idea to lose that stiffness of the chassis. So I wanted all that stuff to be there still. I didn't want to get some fancy stupid cover. I just wanted everything to look really clean, and pop the hood, and that's the only thing that looks different from a stock car. So KLM hooked me up, got the catch can in. I added on a radium drain kit, petcock drain kit. So all I have to do is just twist the knob down there. It'll drain right in front of the, I guess, front control arm. Well, not on the ground, but right in a little container put under the car. Do that so that's nice and clean, so you ain't gotta like take the catch can out and off the drain. I can just turn a petcock, drain that, makes it easy. Got my coolant tank over there, all hoses rerouted, the wiring reran. I got my 4-port plumbed, routed, ran over to the Rev 2, which is right over here. all the EBCS, all that stuff. Routed to the Rev 2. Rev 2 is ran to the inside. Got my low pressure fuel pump relay trigger configured. So basically that'll turn on both of my relays for my lift pump in my tank, or my additional lift pump in my tank, and the brushless controller. Got the downpipe wrapped. I know it looks disgusting. I hate wrap. What else? You know, I got all that electrical stuff moved over there to fit the downpipe, and then I made a little, there's a brace underneath. The exhaust is ginormous now, so I had to machined up some spacers, I guess, some aluminum spacers. Got to put that on. I had notched the under tray a bit for the wastegate dome tubes. Yeah, just tedious stuff, you know, a little tedious stuff, but I wanted all the flex fuel all to be ran nice and clean. All have PTFE lines to the flex fuel. That's all out of the way. You can see it, you know. You get the nice BM3 Pro Tuning Freaks logo. Let's look over there. I can actually access my oil filter housing 10 times better than what it was OEM, so you don't have to take a bunch of stupid screws out, those inverted torque screws, like 4 of them out, and move things out of the way just to get to your oil filter housing. I just put the socket right down there, bang that thing right out.
Cold start, little. Can you rev it or no?
Yeah, I can rev it.
All right, let me get some headphones because we need to hear this.
Yes, sir.
I needed a fuel system. We got that. We didn't show the exhaust attached.
Yeah, so Matt blessed us, mounted up, V-banded, you know, and then pretty much center lined 4-inch to split 2 3/4 to the factory muffler back there. Like it was supposed to fit. Yep. Like it's meant to be there.
You still have your valves or no?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's since it's the factory muffler, right? It's still valve. Maybe someday I'll go 4-inch straight.
The whole way, single exit like a cannon.
Single.
Out the side.
Single straight, just boink for no reason.
When you doing dyno time? Oh, you need to do a little mileage on.
Yeah, I gotta break the trains in.
Yeah, you can kind of hear it, right? You got to rev it out a little more to get it moving. That's what it sounds like.
It's got a loose converter. It's got an upgraded pure drivetrains converter, so to move it, it's you know, it needs more coupling, like just more RPM. Nature of the beast.
With the M3 up and running, there are a few tweaks that Kevin will need to make before we hit the dyno to see if we can touch that 4-digit horsepower number. He also needs to put a few miles on it to break in the transmission, which will also need to be tuned with the Pure Drivetrain Solutions kit. Just want to give a big thanks to you guys who've been sticking around through the M3 build series. If you have any questions about your build, please reach us at the contact info in the description. Oh, and also pick up one of Kevin's new t-shirts. It'll make him happy.